get this freaker going before we waste all our good talking on just BSing with each other, which is totally something I would do, for the record.
Oh, same. Same.
Oh, geez. All right. Well, where did my freaking show notes go? What's happening? Where's my pants?
I'm not wearing any pants.
Oh, that was way too much information. All right. Well,
3 hours past my bedtime.
Today is this is the 25070 for the 24th of October, 2024, or 3310, and this is the Loose Screws Podcast. I am Commander Larkshadow, and tonight I thought I'd be going solo and subjecting everybody on the internet to my Asp Scout all the time show, but you guys were saved by the commander who's with me. Needless hate. How you doing, buddy?
I'm going to send you my phone number so that never happens.
Well, that just feels mean.
I mean, in the nicest way.
Right, but still. How's your week been, man?
Life has its ups and downs, and I feel like they've been exemplified in this week.
Oh, same, bro. Anything you can share, or just family crap and school and work and blah,
I'm
blah.
house shopping.
Oof.
I got 2 kids, and they had doctor's appointments. My wife had a doctor's appointment. She'd been having some work benefits problems, and those got sorted today, even though they're like a month and a half old.
Right.
So that's squared away. And the same part of the benefits that got messed up a month and a half ago, we have to use again next week, which is another story for another thing. But I have 2-3 day weekends coming up for my next 2 weekends.
That sounds fantastic.
Oh man. And like, because we're coming into my off season from my dry season, my paycheck isn't going to change. Unless I'm getting paid for one of my weekend days each time. So like, I'm going to get like the newer pay rate as we're coming into our hot season, because I get paid based on how busy we are.
Right. Oh, goodness. Well, I'm glad you're still getting the same pay, because I've been in that position before where it's like, okay, guess what? You get to take the next 3 weeks off. Good luck, everybody. And that's that. And,
yeah.
And so it's just, yeah, I get that, man. I can empathize. And I'm so glad I don't have that job anymore. For the record, that job was with Hewlett Packard. Screw them.
Oh, that's not the job that I told you to quit.
No, it wasn't. That was a different one.
I'm so glad. I had to say so glad 3 times because I'm so glad that you left your previous job.
Right.
I'm really sorry it took us 9 months of badgering you to get you to find a new job.
No, it's fine. Honestly, 9 months of badgering is usually the norm for me to get me to change anything, because I'm very much a creature of habit and
all humans are.
Routine. Yeah. So my week has been very much the same, just lots of ups and downs. My wife, I had forgotten to mention this in previous episodes, but a couple episodes ago, actually, she started a fast course to get certified in phlebotomy and is approaching the end of that. So she is both extremely excited and stressed out at the same time. And, you know, when you're married and one person goes to school, you're both going to school. So I'm learning some things about phlebotomy too, whether I want to or not. Oh, goodness. Well, and that reminds me, I needed to text my wife that I'm broadcasting so she doesn't try and call. She told me to do that. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I need to turn my... Nope, it's after 8 and I do not disturb turned itself on.
Nice. All right. Well, those things aside, have you been doing anything in Elite lately, or you just been too busy?
Oh, I pounded some pineapple. I've got
Nice.
7 stars. I have not missed one yet.
That's awesome. You can totally rub that in Chig's face since he
I
did make one.
I am not going to do that to my homie.
Ah, okay. I would. Daxie would too.
Oh, for sure. But I'm not you or Audaxius.
No, yeah, that's right. You're a much kinder man than we are. We like to f around and then immediately find out, but we have fun. Oh shoot!
My name says otherwise, that I'm kinder than you.
I mean, that's fair. I'm just saying.
You guys are lucky I like all of you.
Right? All right. Well, I have been doing BGS all the live long day. Been stemming the bleeding Miola, and so far it's working. So I'm very pleased with that. And for more of that, let's get right into the squadron update. Whose thing I haven't prepared. So squadron update. Take it, hey.
So, man, the Powerplay 2.0 is going to be a notable update. So everybody back up your key bindings. Prepare for bugs.
And wear your
Prepare
brown
for
pants.
double or triple ticks or just no ticks for the regular BGS, because updates do that all the time. Man, and then Powerplay doesn't affect BGS, but BGS does affect Powerplay, which means Powerplay is probably going to affect BGS, and BGS probably won't affect Powerplay, and we won't know what's heads or tails. And they put out that forum post earlier today, which I believe has a link here in the show notes that I'm probably missing. I trust that whoever set these up did a good job. Wink face.
That was me, and I did not.
Well, we have an election going on in Soma. We're trying to get control of Soma back, and that has some historical competence. I want to say there was a historical figure or area named Soma, and it's really feeling Indian every time it comes out of my mouth. Not Native American.
No, I know what you meant. No worries.
And then, oh golly, I opened Inara and pulled up the Loose Screws conflict page, and I had to scroll for a while because there is a lot going on. A lot of it is uncontested, so even 1-0 at the end of 7 days is a complete victory for us. So a lot of those are on the side burner. They're not on the back burner because we do care, but a lot of those are on the side burner. Soma and V640 and the events going on in both of those systems are what's brewing and most attention grabbing. One of the other side projects, and definitely on the orders, definitely planned, is Six Andromedae is expanding into Nedos, where we were recently retreated out of on accident. Nedos is a stepping stone. We're trying to use Nedos to get further away from Ross 310 and expand our sphere of influence, because the closer to home we get, the more congested we get with BGS. Yes. And there's lots of moving parts. There's lots of people. There's lots of players. And we can't go up because the fatherhood is above us in the galactic plane. And we're getting more and more border gore above us. If we go west in the bubble, towards the edge of the bubble, we start running into French factions. And if we start heading south, I want to say we start running into Brazilian factions. And to the north of us is some Xbox players who have just joined our Discord and are talking to us and have always been on good terms with us. We're not trying to F their systems up. So our options are south or east. And I'm sure that as soon as we start moving east, we're going to start running into players. So south.
Probably Grom factions.
south
or
via
Empire
Nedos.
out that way. Yeah.
We'd have to go really far to find some Empire because we are pretty far west. But south is our best option. We're using Nedos to head south. Pardon me.
Noise.
Down. Not south. Down.
Yeah. We
Because three
just
dimensions.
Just head north-southly in a westerly direction.
Just go down.
Yes. That's what I said.
And if you're a listener and you have loose screws, and you do BGS and you have loose screw ships flying through your space, and you want to talk to us, just join the Discord. I plug it as hard and often as
what the hell we're doing there, whichever.
We're friendly. Except for those one people who definitely hired mercenaries to fight us.
Hey, we're on good terms with them now. So I'm trying to keep that as it is.
We're friendly.
Yes.
We haven't ran over any dead factions in a little while. We definitely know that the French factions west of us are dead. And we're trying not to start more border gore or, summon more French people, because until 1930, they were the most feared army on the planet.
So you know about the French now, they still don't F around if you piss them off. I'm just saying.
There's a lot of modern politics that are going on in France that I am just tickled by and sad by.
Nice.
And then
that aside,
I tiptoed into politics. We better get out of here.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. That aside, that's the standing orders or squadron update. Moving on to the Galnet, we actually had a couple of updates.
But I'm gonna just say, hey, don't unplug people's life support if they're not in relation to you. Let their family do that.
Agreed. So on that note, the Galnet. So there was an update literally just today. Seojin A, who was previously in a coma in the last podcast, which we just sort of glossed over, is awake again. The TLDR of it is that she could feel the Thargoids actually trying to poke around her brain and take control of said brain from her this time. She apparently has some implants that were able to help her prevent that from happening, but now that's out there canon in the universe that the Thargoids, if they got their Thargoid tentacles, as it were, in you, they can try and assert control. So I'm sure that'll end well. I'm just saying, nothing bad will come from that. What do you think?
I think, I believe the blue line here in the notes means accordion operation. Oh, it's Operation Thunderstruck.
Yes. This is just a note on humans that have had, relations, as it were, with Thargoids.
The prisoners in the Titans.
Yes.
Where you have to use the mining equipment to explode them, but rescue them.
Yep. And according to Operation Thunderstruck, the people who make it their entire job to go out and save those people, over 250,000 people have been saved from the Titans so far. Just
from Titans or just this one?
From all the Titans combined so far. And that is not a small number of people who are or have been affected by Thargoids. I am just saying. So the big question there is Thargoid zombies in the future? I mean, I'm down for it. I'd love to either hit them from the air with a freaking missile racks or get down there with my plasma rifle and go nuts. I'm sure Chig would too. All his crap is G5. How about you? You ever done the on-foot combat?
I did just a hint of it, and if I'm getting out of my ship, I'm going to play bluff, right?
I mean, that's fair.
For reference, 250,000 people is Glendale, Arizona, or Scottsdale, Arizona, both which are, Glendale is a suburb of Phoenix, or Chesapeake, Virginia is 250,000 people.
Dang.
That way we have someone out west and someone out east for references of city size for 250,000 people.
And those are not small cities.
Oh, here. Boise, Idaho is 235,000.
Oh, for crying out loud. Yay, all of Idaho is Thargoid zombies now. Oh, well. Anyways, so speaking of Thargoids, there's a slight update in the Thargoid War. The Titan Raijin has been promoted to a small sun or firework, whichever works best for you.
It's caustic, so it would be a firework.
Yeah, firework. Okay, yeah, that works. And then Cocijo, Cujo, Canastas, whatever that other one's name is.
Cocijo?
Yeah, that's what I said, Canastas. Apparently, they have 1 alert and 3 invasions and control 144 systems, 17 of which are populated and 21 already have progress.
And if memory serves correctly, the anti-Xeno force has been doing just shy of 20 systems per week.
Dang, that's impressive. Good work, guys.
Well, mind you, that was corralling Raijin while they were, corralling Cocijo while also destroying Raijin. So they may pick up a little bit of speed here in the last one. So about 7 weeks to be announced, a more definitive date later.
Nice. All right, and further in actual dev news, which we have some, the Frontier Unlocked Discord server is going about as well as one can expect for as many randos as you can think of getting in the same place. And I believe Daxi has either already been banned or timed out from that Discord. I can't remember which.
I saw a timeout, which I'm just tickled by.
I didn't. I am, but at the same time, I'm like, come on, dude. Come on. You're better than that, Daxi.
Should apply for an appeal for his Twitch ban.
He should apply for an appeal for his Twitch ban. I'll back you up, Daxi, as long as you don't screw me over.
I mean, it's Daxi, so probably just leave you there.
Okay, Daxi, I'm not going to back you up.
I mean, he wouldn't backstab you. He'd just go put his daughters to bed.
Okay, Daxi, I might back you up. Just saying, hit me up. Alrighty, and the update for the Mandalay has actually been confirmed. It will occur Tuesday, October 29th, which is just next week, and I'm sure is not going to break anything at all and will go swimmingly. I'm just putting that out in the universe because I actually hope that's what happens. Because, man, I want a Mandalay. How about you?
I think that it looks really cool.
Right. What gets me is how much it looks like the Guardians of the Galaxy ship. I can't unsee it since I saw it that way. But coming with that update, not only the Mandalay, which we've talked to death about at this point, but is a new Powerplay module that's been announced from Nakato Kaine, whose name I spelled wrong and hate corrected it in the show notes. Thank you.
I saw the H in there and I was like, is someone trying to do psychological damage to me? What is this? Stop.
Well, it's called the Concorde cannon. And what we know about it so far it is a 3-round burst cannon with an ammo clip size of 9 and a full magazine of 300. So you get a lot more ammo than you do on your standard cannon. It also fires its shots a lot faster than the standard cannon. Unengineered, the Concorde cannon will fire it at 3-round bursts, with each round going 1,300 meters a second, where the standard cannon only fires them starts at 875. But the downside to all of this is the Concorde cannon is only gimbaled, if you believe that's a downside. Track says it's a downside. I think it's a plus, being an avid cannons user, but that's just me. What you got?
If you're fighting something with chaff, like NPCs just love to spit out every 8 seconds for 6 seconds. It kind of is. And like if you're trying to module snipe with it, because they do have they swing a little. even when they're bursting. Each shot is going somewhere else. There is the jitter. Jitter's the word I'm looking for there.
Yes.
There is going to be some jitter. I really think that this burst cannon is going to go really cool on my Viper, but it could also be really cool on like a courier. They have really low power draw because they're, like very potent, size 2 weapon
on your wing. It's not going to pull that much power.
Yeah, exactly. My courier, it runs real close to like power limit with no weapons on it.
Well, yeah, Vipers usually run that way, especially the Mark IIIs. They're very power hungry.
I have a pet Viper with enforcer cannons, and then right now it has 2 medium rail guns.
Nice.
And I'm going to try and see how these Concorde cannons work in conjunction with the enforcers, which is a lot of kinetic damage.
How fast do those size 2 rails pull that poor size 3 distributor inside out?
I can get 3 bursts of fire out before I run out of distributor. But because the distributor is so small, I don't have thermal problems.
Gotcha. Nice. Well, you won't have thermal problems with this either, because cannons generate less heat than a multi-cannon does, I believe. And a multi-cannon generates like almost no heat at all.
The enforcers are very warm.
I haven't found that, but I have my enforcers on my Crusader, and it's a much bigger power plant and stuff behind them, so that's probably why. But that aside, I personally am really excited for the Concorde cannons. I've been saying for a long time that there should be a cannon Powerplay module, and I have several ships in my head that these will go on, not the least of which is my Asp Scout. Because if I have burst cannons on an Asp Scout, then I have completed my plan of turning that thing into a Klingon bird of prey, complete with a cockpit way out in front that explodes if you sneeze.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, goodness. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. I think Nakato Kaine's going to get a lot of support at the get-go as people go to get this module. And then it'll probably taper off a little bit. What do you think?
I will be pledged to her for other reasons.
Well, I know she's your waifu, but besides that, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. All right. But that's what's going on in the dev news. And Jerome Archer still looks like Scott Bakula. I'm just saying. On to the community corner. A new buckyball race is actually starting the day we're recording this, the 24th. It's called Once Upon a Time in Lesty, being hosted by Commander Raiko. Details are in the buckyball Discord. And since it just barely started, as of when you all probably will be hearing this, get into that Discord and get some races in. It's a fun time. It's a really fun time. I've only tried it like casually, buckyballing that is, but it's a blast. For the moment, I can't be arsed to actually record any times or be official about it, but I have tried a few just for the sake of trying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you?
No.
Oh, sad. Have you know could be the title of this podcast. I'm just saying. Oh, shoot. That aside, I don't really have a whole lot else. Do you?
Just definitely join us on the Discord. Big shout out to the Interstellar Bank of Borked Bits. Come fly with us. We have recurring events for every game loop. You want to trade a wing and become a billionaire? You want to go hunt bounties with us and do some BGS and become a multimillionaire? You want to fight bugs and become a billionaire?
You want to try using mines to do a bombing run on a settlement?
You want to go do mining? with the homies, and become a billionaire.
It doesn't have to all end in billionaire hate. I'm just saying.
I said multi-millionaire once.
Okay, fine. You're forgiven.
The thing about Elite Dangerous is
it's better with people.
Expansive.
100%.
And it is a single player game that is only enhanced by playing with other players.
100%.
And most of the time you can be in open and not see anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And like Powerplay home systems, that place where you live as a human being in the 21st century, that place where you would visit most often if you were, elite rank in some kind of fashion, or if you're just beginning engineering, that's like 8 and then 3 other systems. So 11 places where you're almost guaranteed to run into another player.
Absolutely.
And maybe Colonia and maybe Sagittarius A-Star or Explorer's Anchorage. And you just have to get there at the right time to even run into anybody out there.
But if you're flying with a group, whether it's us or another group, chances are you're going to see people a lot more, and chances are they're going to be friendly. And that just makes the game a lot better. It really does. Would recommend join the Discord, get in on it. It's a good time. I promise. And I promise Daxie doesn't bite too much.
I mean, he's got that piece of ice cream.
He does, but
and I think I'm more offended by the piece of ice cream than I am of the very inviting rabbit.
Yeah, the bunny. Yeah, it's just yeah. So, anyways, get on the Discord, or you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/loosescrewsed.
All the money that we earn in Patreon goes directly back into the community. I hear people say that all the time, but I can see our finance history, and literally all of it goes directly back into the community.
100%. And I promise I'm going to do this sometime. Just life keeps getting in the way. I do want to do a structured sort of PvP tournament sometime with just the screws. And I want to have the winner either get a sweater or a mug or something like that. Oh, my wife must be home. There's my dogs. All right. So there is one more note that I want to hit before we get out of here. And that is that last week, 2 of the pillars in the Elite Dangerous community, Commanders Burr and especially Commander Rini, she actually lost her father last week. So I hope to speak for the entire Loose Screws when I say our hearts go out to you. That's a lot to get through. And if you need to talk or screw around or need a distraction with memes, feel free to hit us up. We're all here to support you. The Elite Dangerous community is one of the best out there. And gosh dang it, we're going to make sure it stays that way. So with that, I think I can call that a podcast. How about you, Hate?
I'm sold.
All right. So for Commanders Hate and myself, Commander Lark Shadow, this has been the Loose Screws podcast. Say bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Successful. Engines disengaged.